So I thought I'd talk while I do some lateral raises here on the good old Nautilus machine. This is a mint condition, baby. Not really mint, but can't beat this machine for lateral raises. There's nothing in your traps, nothing in your biceps, nothing. It's just straight your delts right on the side. Of course, with the dumbbell, it still feels just as good, but sometimes when you cheat the dumbbell, you use your traps. You can't really use your traps with this because you're so squeezed in. And if you go slow, when you go down, like, oh man, it's like when you sit between a door, like a doorway, and you put your shoulders up and you try to do it, and then you let go. Oh man, that feeling is great. But talking about the all carb diet, I saw that Mark Bell is now transitioning to the all carb diet. Well, maybe not all carb, but he's just putting a lot of carbs back into his diet, which is interesting because he's been a huge advocate of keto and carnivore. I've been watching him over the past year or two talk about keto and carnivore because I was trying to listen to him, just to what he said. And I think everybody realizes that there comes a time in your life where it's just like, it just doesn't work anymore, you know? But that doesn't mean it won't ever work. You know, you can try it. Once it stops working, switch to something else. But if you go to something else and that other thing that you're trying doesn't work, go back to what you know that did work. There's no point in screwing around and wasting your time like I did with all these other stupid diets when literally the protein ice cream diet, protein muffins and protein ice cream diet is what got me super shredded in the first time. And to go back, talking again about the all carb diet. When you're doing it, you can also add in fasting. Now, one step at a time here. If you haven't fasted before, I wouldn't try it, and I definitely wouldn't try it when you're in a down position. Meaning, if you're already in a caloric deficit, don't be like, yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna fast for 32 hours. You're setting yourself up for failure if you're not mentally equipped to be able to do that. What I would recommend, and it's honestly what I do on working days I go to work, because it's the easiest to keep your mind off of food, is I'll fast maybe a day, 32 hours, and then the next day I resume regular eating. If I'm in a deficit that next day, maybe I'm in a little bit of a surplus, but I'm eating high carb, low to moderate protein to refill my glycogen, and I'm going back on my days where I just eat normally. But you can use this as a tool to cut fat easily and cut calories out of your diet easily. This is the best part. Rest here for a second. It's always good to give your digestive system a rest, especially if you're eating a lot of food. People are scared of fasting, like you're gonna die if you don't go a day without food. And I hate talking about the ancestral stuff, like our ancestors only ate beef and berries from the from the bushes. Yeah, like I'm sure they did, but they didn't have all these mathematical calculations and terms that we use today that sort of get convoluted in our head, and we start systematically thinking about things as they just did it. And truly, if you have a coach who can just handle all that BS for you, and you can just go about your way and just listen to them and not screw up because you think you're smarter, you're gonna be in a way better position. You just go in, listen to them, let them do the calculations, and you take the rest. You probably won't be starving, unless you're trying to get like bodybuilding show ready. You're gonna feel hungry for sure. You're gonna have those hunger pains, you're gonna feel this or that. Most of the time it's just your stomach shrinking. Just your stomach shrinking as you're not having as much food in your stomach. But you can also have a lot of food in your stomach if you do all carb, high carb, and you put a lot of voluminous foods in there, like vegetables, fruits, high volume, low calorie for the volume size. Okay. And you can get it done that way. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do it. I know I'm kind of jumping around, but the ancestral thing, Our ancestors just did what they did. That argument's stupid. Our ancestors did not live in a house. They didn't have electricity. They didn't have water every day. They didn't have clean foods. Well, they tried to eat as clean as they could, food source wise, because it's all they had. Well, they did have clean food sources, but not because they were looking for it. It's because it was what was there. So the people that get on carnivore, what do they say? And I like carnivore because it's strict, and it's like, you have this plan, you stick to it, it's strict. There's no other BS in it. You can't go from, oh, well, I'm eating vegetables, no, no, it's carnivore, and you're on that. That's what I liked about it, is it's only this. You can't screw around and mess around on it. But people, proper human diet, or appropriate human diet or something. It's like, maybe it's what we can survive on, but why does our body utilize carbs so well, right? I mean, we can argue proper diet and all this nonsense, but is it really proper if when we eat a carb, we feel 100 times better? And then people say, these carnivore comments, I'm fat adapted, it took 6 months. And somebody made a really good comment. It's like, if it's a proper human diet, why does it take 6 months to get adapted to? I could see maybe a few weeks because of all the years of eating carbs, if all we need is fats and proteins. But, why would it be the proper human diet if it takes so long to get fat adapted? You can get into ketosis in a few days. I mean, fast for 3 days and you're getting ketosis. But I don't know, proper human diet, whatever. But we'll keep seeing more people are turning over. Sort of cycle happens all the time. We got keto, carnivore. Well, now I'm on high carb, low fat, or zero fat, and then moderate, low protein. I feel better on this, that, and the other. It is an individual basis upon what works for them. But I mean, bodybuilders have been doing it forever. Back in the old days, 70s, yeah, they would cut on steaks and high fat, high protein, low carb, whatever. But they weren't super shredded like the people are today. Why? Well, because we learned how to optimize diets. We use carbs, we utilize them effectively. And then we carb cycle, which people who aren't really into bodybuilding don't really need to worry about that. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot to do, a lot to learn. Just keep making sure you're going on the right path for your journey. So